Tonight on CTV News at 5.
I like to support local anyway, but if it's Canadian, I prefer it to USA.
Local loyalty. Canadians spend more to support homegrown products.
We feel pretty good about it, and if nothing else, we'll get a good laugh or being on the news in our underwear.
Underwater rescue in their underwear. These Cape Bretoners have a whale of a tale to tell.
Rain and showers moving through tonight. Milder October temperatures. Hold on for one more day.
Live from the Maritime's News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penocallis. Thanks for joining us. First at 5 tonight, local loyalty. Buying local is more than just a trend these days. Canadians are putting their money where their mouth is, purchasing homegrown even at a premium. As CTV's Vanessa Wright shows us, those who can afford it are willing to shell out a little extra to show their true patriot love. Hi there, Vanessa.
Hey, Maria, you got it. This is more than just a movement. Buying local has become an everyday practice for Canadians, and it's only getting stronger. At grocery stores across the country, people are spending a little extra on products made here. It's Canadian pride that's footing the bill.
We have seen that Canadians are extraordinarily supportive of the Buy Canadian movement, and we now have evidence to suggest that in fact they're willing to put money to that sentiment.
The national survey done by Narrative Research gave Canadians the choice between buying a cart of groceries for $120 filled with all Canadian products versus those same groceries from the U.S. for $100.
And what we saw is that overwhelmingly Canadians are willing to pay a premium for a Canadian product. So 76%, so 3/4 of Canadians told us that they're prepared to pay more, that $20 premium, to support Canadian.
It's hardly a surprise to Sylvain Charlebois from Dalhousie's Agri-Food Lab.
What we're learning from the survey is simply this: Canadians are upset with Americans, and that's going to last a while.
And whether it started as frustration, it's a willingness to support fellow Canadians that keeps it going.
Well, it's important that we buy local. I like to support local anyway, but if it's Canadian, I prefer it to USA.
I would spend more if it was Canadian, but I wouldn't like to spend more just because it's Canadian, you know?
Preferably it's not long term, but I mean, groceries are getting more expensive. They have been expensive, but it's the line you have to draw and whatnot, and it's just something that I think that has to be supported.
Charlebois believes the movement isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but says Canadian businesses should still focus on keeping their prices competitive and affordable.
It is an opportunity for the food industry in Canada to reposition itself as a competitive player. So it can give Canadians more reasons to buy Canadian, not just the fact that they are Canadian.
And according to the survey, those 76% of people willing to spend more for Canadian products come from different income levels and demographic subgroups. Maria?
Well, it's really interesting information. Thank you so much, Vanessa. CTV's Vanessa Wright for us in the news center this evening. Of course, this is going to be our web poll this evening. This is what we are asking. Are you willing to pay more for grocery items that are made in Canada? These are your options. Yes, buying Canadian products is my top priority. Or no, saving money is my top priority. And your final option, it depends on the item. Go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca to weigh in and to see the latest poll results. All right, time to head over to the anchor desk now, where Stephanie Sikos is standing by with a look at the headlines. Hi there, Steph.
Hi, Maria. It's been months since the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan. The two were reported missing from their Pictou County home on May 2nd. The siblings' grandmother believes more could have been done to find the pair. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from her and how the family is coping. A new study shows New Brunswick has some work to do when it comes to keeping nurses employed. Data from the Montreal Economic Institute finds the province is the second worst in the country for retaining nurses under the age of 35. We'll have details tonight at 6. A special day for some Moncton students. The children got an important history lesson while visiting a local cemetery. They planted flags on graves of veterans, some of whom served in the First and Second World Wars. We'll have that story ahead at 6. Now with our first look at the forecast, here's CTV meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
Thank you, Stephanie. And we have some rain and some showers that are continuing to move into the Maritime region. Temperatures as we're moving towards the first part of this evening in the range of 11 to 15 degrees for New Brunswick, 16 degrees for many communities in Prince Edward Island, and for Nova Scotia currently between around 15 and 18. Winds are certainly on the breezy side. They're out of the south. They're being sustained in a lot of cases between around 10, just over 20 kilometers per hour. There's a few around coastal areas in the southwest of Nova Scotia, including Yarmouth, that are being sustained a little bit higher than that, between 30 and 35 kilometers per hour. And the winds are being accompanied by occasional gusts between 30 and 40. The wind gusts will diminish a little bit as we move through the night, but the wind direction is going to remain out of the south for both tonight as well as for tomorrow. Over on radar and satellite, we can see the wet weather arriving in through the greens and the yellows. There's also some spotty downpours and a few small thunderstorms embedded within this area of rain and showers moving in. We've got a couple lightning strikes being picked up. Now, this weather is going to be most active in the province of New Brunswick as we make our way through this evening and tonight, and we'll continue to move west-east across the Maritimes as we head into the early morning hours of Thursday before it clears out. After that, we're going to be in behind this weather system through the end of this week. Temperatures still pretty mild for Thursday, but there will be a cooling trend as we close at the week and head into the upcoming weekend. More on the forecast a little bit later on. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. We'll check in with you a little later on, as you said. But right now, it's time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Still ahead, we'll share another keyword in our Costa Rica is Calling contest and tell you about some of the amazing experience the winner is in for. But first, we have this story.
And lucky us, we won.
These Maritimers are ready to share the spotlight with rock icons. More on their upcoming Foreigner experience next.
Celebrate the outstanding class of 2025. The Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame induction ceremony takes place Saturday, November 8th at 7 p.m. at the Lighthouse Arts Centre in Halifax. Visit nsshf.com to purchase tickets.
Welcome back. A Cole Harbour choir is about to share the stage with rock royalty. As CTV's Mike Lamb shows us, the young Maritimers will join Foreigner when the band plays the Scotiabank Centre later this week.
My name is Nick Pettipaw, and I operate the Marine Drive Talent Management. It is a private music education school where students come in and learn how to sing, how to perform, how to play instruments, and we touch base in the industry, so give them opportunities to kind of have real-life experiences, which is kind of the most authentic way to learn anything.
Would you please welcome Foreigner!
So there was a competition with one of the local radio stations, Surge. Record a choir singing the song I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner, and if you are successful, you get to perform at the Scotiabank Centre on the 24th with the band, and lucky us, we won. Did know the song. That's one of the biggest rock songs around. So they were familiar, but we took some time and learned the harmonies and learned the parts of the song and put it together and recorded a video. I almost didn't tell them right away because I was too excited. Some of them cried. Some of them couldn't believe it. Told them I was super proud of them. They're still so excited and really nervous, but got some good info from the Foreigner people, and they said embrace it and have fun. We didn't expect something like this to happen. Nobody really expects you to win, right? I'm still getting emails from parents and saying, you know, we bought all our tickets, we're excited to come, everybody in our family's coming, so it's becoming a pretty big event for these kids.
And I get to join them for that song. I mean, they've got so many iconic songs, but that song, amazing. Way to go, you guys. That's outstanding. All right, well done with the weather this week.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit of that much-needed rain, we need it.
Yeah, and the weather today was far from being cold as ice, and I don't think the forecast is going to leave too many hot-blooded. Out there today, it was pretty pleasant. Yeah, before the rain arrived, that is. And we're happy to see the rain, as you mentioned, Maria. We're looking at a beautiful shot here. This was taken this morning. Got a little mist over the Little Narrows in Cape Breton. You can see the ferry ready to make its crossing. And I'm going to have more on the weather forecast coming up after the break.
Got to give a shout out to Daryl Reeves on this magnificent aerial shot. Wowee. Oh, beautiful Cape Breton. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. Kaylin Mitchell joins us once again with a look at how things are shaping up out there. Kaylin, well, it's been it was kind of a sunshiny, a mix of everything today.
Yeah, that's right. We were seeing changing weather conditions today in the region. Cloud cover increasing from the west of us throughout the day, and that sort of started to fill in those sunny breaks. Temperatures were mild because we're in that southerly wind. And we do have some rain and some showers that started in western parts of the region this afternoon. Will continue to make their way into other parts of the Maritimes as we move through this evening and tonight. A beautiful scene here at East Lawrencetown in Nova Scotia as we look at our sunrise and sunset times. Now, taking a look at our weather systems map, barometric pressure is once again towards the lower side. It was sort of back-to-back weather systems, very similar systems in that it was both weather fronts off of low pressure systems that mostly passed just to the west of the Maritime region. But the fronts themselves, of course, have that cloud cover, have that precipitation along with them. So let's take a look at what we can expect as far as things go as we move through this evening. We already have that rain in place across much of New Brunswick. Within it, there are some embedded small downpours and thunderstorms. So at least locally, you can get into some higher rainfall rates that could reduce visibility for a brief period of time and maybe lead to some hydroplaning conditions on the roads. It's mostly for New Brunswick. There's a lower chance of a downpour or thunderstorm for Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. There is a little bit of lightning there right off the southwest of Nova Scotia currently. As we take a look at things on our forecast timeline for cloud cover and precipitation, that band of rain and showers continues to move eastward as we head towards midnight, crossing New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and moving into eastern areas of Nova Scotia, including Cape Breton. In behind it, there'll be partly cloudy conditions and fog patches developing. By the start of the day for tomorrow, the rain and the showers have cleared Cape Breton. Fog will be dissipating through Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, mostly a mix of sun and cloud, though with a chance of a few spotty showers developing for a couple parts of the Maritimes. One of those areas will be New Brunswick, and then a lower chance around the Annapolis Valley of Nova Scotia, in and around the Minas Basin, Cumberland, Colchester counties, and also a lower chance for western parts of Prince Edward Island. Those areas, maybe with about a 20% chance of a shower. Now, temperatures tomorrow, pretty pleasant. We'll get back to winds in a moment. Rainfall outlook, though, for the wet weather coming through this evening and tonight. In a lot of cases, it looks like it's going to be maybe a few to several millimeters of rain, except where some of those downpours and thunderstorms are present. And those could produce some locally higher rainfall totals in the range of 10 to 20 millimeters. And once again, is the province of New Brunswick that has the best shot at seeing that type of rain a little bit more widespread. And then a lower chance of some kind of localized pockets of those rainfall totals for parts of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I wanted to get back to the winds. Temperatures tomorrow are mild once again because the winds remain out of the southwest. They are going to be a little bit breezy, though, for the afternoon, sustained between 20 and 30 kilometers per hour with a few gusts between 30 and 50. Low temperatures in the forecast for tonight around the region are mostly going to be around the high single digits and low teens, a little bit cooler than north of New Brunswick, there between 7 and 10 degrees. And highs for Thursday, mostly in the low to mid-teens across the Maritime region, except some high teens still possible for a few areas of Prince Edward Island as well as in Nova Scotia, especially into the east of the province. All right, let's take a look at our weather watch for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 7-year-old Keaton Ball from Brookside, Nova Scotia. Keaton has sent us a drawing of spotting a rainbow overhead while fishing for striped bass. Thank you, Keaton. If you'd like to be one of our weather watchers, you can send them in to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you, Kaylin. So this week, we launched a fabulous new contest. We are giving away a trip for two to beautiful Costa Rica to take in the culture and adventure. Here to tell us all about it is Shane Copeland from CAA Atlantic. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So Costa Rica, I mean, why is this such a popular destination right now?
It just has so much more to offer. You know, it's the Caribbean, it's Central America, it has art, culture, history, biodiversity, nature, you know, soft adventure. Like it's, you know, an experience in itself.
Absolutely. And speaking of the experience, for the person or people who win this, what are they going to see? A little bit of nature, a little bit of culture, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, getting them out of the cities, getting them to the national parks. I mean, there's 32 national parks in Costa Rica.
Wow.
You know, and getting them out, getting to experience, you know, going zip lining across the, you know, top of the canopy, you know, taking a crocodile safari through the jungle. You know, they're going to get all of that and a little bit more.
Wow. A little bit of home cooking too, I hear?
Yeah, correct. So there's Colette has an impact moment on this where they kind of visit a home hosted experience and, you know, learn about cacao and you know, understanding chocolate and, you know, why it is the food of the gods and you know, getting a taste as well, but, you know, an understanding about, you know, what makes chocolate chocolate and everything like that.
Outstanding. We talk a little bit about volcano floor tours as well.
Yeah, so we have choice on tour in this particular one, and it's, you know, because we know everybody is not going to want to, you know, walk the hanging bridges or zip line. So Colette does a great job of, you know, giving the traveler the choice to, you know, keep their feet on the ground and, you know, take a lava field walk or fly high above the trees.
So these are all guided tours that you're talking about as well, and there's a benefit to having a guided tour rather than kind of going off on your own. What are the benefits?
Yeah, I mean, it's having, you know, being planned and executed by locals for, you know, the traveler. So you get all of the hands-on experiences, you get to do the must-sees and do's, but having somebody plan it for you is really the advantage. And, you know, this particular one, it's, you know, a small group explorations program. So, you know, maximum size is 24, but, you know, they see average size 16 to 18. So it's like traveling with, you know, 15 to 18 of your newest best friends.
Wow, and you really will walk away with some serious friendships for sure. So who is this trip catered to? Like who's the ideal person to go on this trip, do you think?
Yeah, so if you're somebody that wants to sit on a beach or, you know, sit in all-inclusive, this is not for you.
Okay.
But, you know, if you're open to new experiences and you know, don't mind getting your mind blown every day and learning, you know, guided touring is about learning and experiencing. So, you know, having that is, you know, really what it is. I mean, this particular tour also is a little bit higher energy, so, you know, mobility, you know, being able to walk three hours of the day and things like that. So
bring your sneakers.
Exactly.
And your appetite.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane, thank you so much. This is always so fun. I don't know how you guys keep on outdoing yourselves with these amazing trips. By the way, Shane Copeland is from CAA Atlantic, and now it is time to tell you more about this magnificent trip. CTV and CAA Atlantic have teamed up also with Colette for our Costa Rica is Calling contest. We are giving away an unforgettable 11-night tour for two of beautiful Costa Rica. The winner will explore San Jose, hop aboard a river boat for a jungle crocodile safari and bird watching excursion, and choose from a zip lining adventure or a volcano lava field hike. Each weeknight from now until October 31st, we will give you a keyword, and once you have it, head to ctvatlantic.ca and follow the contest prompts or scan the QR code on your screen right now. You can enter once per keyword, and the winner will be announced on November 7th. Okay, Shane, since we've got you here, what's our keyword tonight?
Wildlife.
Wildlife. Take that, plug it in. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. All right, it's time to take another break here on CTV News at 5. But first, here's a preview of what's coming up next.
I'm Ryan McDonald. Tonight on the CTV News at 5, we bring you the story of a few pilot whales that got into trouble near Port Hood yesterday when a couple of men in boxer shorts came to the rescue. The story is coming up.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekdays at 7, you can win $1,000 with the $1,000 Minute.
10 questions in 60 seconds to win, and you can get the answer to question number 10 on our podcast.
Welcome back. We wrap up tonight with a whale of a rescue that was caught on video. As CTV's Ryan McDonald shows us, when 3 pilot whales got into trouble yesterday, a couple of good Samaritans didn't hesitate to strip down and dive in.
Mark Rankin and his friend Grant Cameron were not counting on getting up close and personal with pilot whales when they started their day yesterday.
Me and a couple of my buddies, we were heading over to Port Hood Island to winterize a friend's cabin.
When they got onto the island at about 9 a.m., they found 3 pilot whales that had gotten too close to shore and were struggling to get back into deeper water. A friend on the scene told them DFO had been called, but with low tide approaching and time appearing to be of the essence, the 2 men decided to see if they could help.
So we stripped down into our briefs and did the best we could. We got the first one out without too much issue, and the second one, he took a little longer to come around, but we got him out in deeper water.
Yes, so we had a team that was coming with our appropriate response gear and equipment, and also Fisheries and Oceans were sending a team down.
The head of the Marine Animal Response Society says their team that was on the way from Dartmouth was called off because members of the public have managed to help the whales first. She says while this situation appears to have had a good outcome, normally there are safety concerns when it comes to approaching large wild animals like this.
It worked out well in this case that they got the animals pushed back in and nobody got hurt. But that could be a very different case given how big and powerful these animals can be.
Rankin says it was pretty memorable to be that close to an animal of that size.
To touch them and look into their eyes, like, you know, that's kind of what got us, I think, and made us, you know, do the right thing. I hope we did the right thing.
When asked how he feels about potentially saving the whales from beaching, Rankin largely shrugged it off, saying that other people in their situation might have done the same thing.
We feel pretty good about it, and if nothing else, we'll get a good laugh or being on the news in our underwear.
A brief moment that's proof heroes don't always wear capes, or in this case, too much else. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Port Hood, Nova Scotia.
You guys, I commend you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well done.
Good on them.
We hope those whales are out into the ocean and living their best lives now. And by the way, you guys should pursue maybe an underwear endorsement or something now.
There's a good
idea. You can do anything in these underwear.
Coming up at 6, an update on the rain and why we're happy to see it, because there's not a lot over the next several days.
Thanks for watching. The national news is next. We'll see you tomorrow.